This is Janie. Welcome back to the Crafting Bookworm. Today we're going to make these cute little tags. Okay, welcome back, you guys. If you're new here to the channel, welcome. I appreciate you guys being here. So I've been seeing a lot of these, tags that people have in their journals, and they just really add so much to a journal page. What we're going to do, though, is we're going to make them paper clips, first of all. And we're going to have a place for dangles. As you can see right here, I have an example. We got a sunflower on there. And they're paper clips. So we're going to make a few of these today. These are these little strips. They're almost 3/4 inches wide. They're 2.5 inches long. Okay, and we're gonna decorate these up, and we're gonna make some of these to hang on our pages. So we've got these, and I have so much of this, like papers and stuff from Temu. I've got some of this paper. So I thought I would go through and just use this stuff up, or try to. So I kind of like this. We could do it at like an angle and get this printed words right here and part of the flowers. So I would just, light is a great thing, you guys. So we're going to put it on there at an angle. I know, it's crazy. But we're going to get our art glitter glue. I hope everyone is having a good day today. I am home by myself right now. My husband had doctor's appointment, my sister-in-law at work. So I thought I would do some videos today. I got a free day, no roaring today, so I take advantage of that either by crafting, reading, or Bible studying, or videos. Actually, my Bible study I usually do every morning before if Roe's coming. It's before he gets here, so. Okay, yeah, that's kind of cute. Okay, what else do we want? Do we want something else from here? We're getting closer to our vacation, which is we're going to Galveston this year, because nobody really wanted to do Corpus this year, because we usually go to Corpus in the summer. But since we've been changing our direction and going to see my sisters every summer, and my youngest sister's not coming this year for fall, because they usually come in the fall. We decided that we would do Galveston because nobody else wanted to do Corpus but me. But I love Corpus. I love being on the ocean. It's right on the Gulf. Stop it. You gotta make sure you get these trimmed up pretty good. Cute, right? And one more. Let's change our colors around a little bit. I really like this. I wonder if we could go that way. Go this way. But I don't want to like really get like the wings and stuff in it. People would see that and be like, what is that? We've got, like, we could do the postal right here. Let's just do that. It'll be fine. That's another cool thing about making these, is that you can do really whatever you want. Okay, so we'll go right there. Yep. We were supposed to have storms overnight, and they didn't come. So now it's supposed to come back later today, I think. Or maybe not. We did get rain, but we were already up. The other night, the storm woke us up, and it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I can't sleep. I don't like the wind. I can sleep through thunder and lightning, but when you hear that wind and that rain, just, ugh. And my husband knew it was going to be bad. He put all of our deck furniture up, brought all the wind chimes in. It was a good thing, because it was pretty bad. But last night, it didn't happen, so I was happy about that. Okay, so there's our 3 pieces. We are going to round the corners, or try to. I can usually tell by how they're sitting in there if it's going to punch right. Because they are little, and you just never know. But they look better if the corners are rounded. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who have tutorials on making these. Okay, let's get these to where they're the right side up. Okay, I need some ink. Okay, we're going to use Scorched Timber today. And we're going to go and ink our edges. I had to put a new thing on there, so I couldn't find my dauber for the Scorched Timber anywhere. Scorched Timber is a little bit darker than like Gathered Twigs, which is, you know, I like to use Gathered Twigs or Vintage Photo. Have our backs for our paper clips. Okay, so we went down to 2 1/4 inches instead of 2 1/2 inches, and then they're just a little bit smaller than these. These are almost 3/4 inches, and so they fit on here just fine. Okay, we're not going to use the bigger paper clips. We're going to use smaller paper clips. But before we do that, we're going to punch our holes. And let me reach. Sorry for the reach, guys. I've got to get my little... All I have are gold ones in these little size. We're not doing the 3/16. We are going to do the 1/8, I think it is. Okay, so we're just going to put all 3 of these together because the crocodile can punch through all 3. And we're going to punch the hole. We're just going to try to see where it would be good. Let's go a little bit more than that. Okay, I think that's good. There's our holes in there. And of course, these, I don't have to use the pencil tool. These actually came at the right size for the punch. So we're going to do this first. And I don't have washers for these little ones. So I'm not going to enforce that rule that I give people. Use your washers. Okay, there we go. And now, I don't know if you've used the little ones. Maybe some of those you that are new watching and haven't done this. You have to change these. So, for your post part, you just turn it around to the back side where it's longer. Okay, I don't know if you're able to see that. And then this one, I usually just go to the copper. It's the smaller hole, and it'll push these through. You got to push a little bit more on these too. So stick it on there, the post, and then squeeze. Okay, they do close well. And let's see if I can get this closer. The post is a lot longer for this than it is for the normal size, if you can see that. That's fatter but shorter. And the one for the small eyelets is longer and skinnier. So I just, okay, it's like this. Just turn it this way so the post is at the bottom. And you want this post this way. And just sit it on there and squeeze. Okay, and you'll know when it's done. That's just for those of you who have not used these ones. I used to have a really hard time, but the thing of it was I just wasn't pushing it hard enough, because these are more stout. They're taller than the other eyelets, and they're just, you really gotta crimp them. Okay, so now we're on to this part, and this part we're gonna, like I said, we're not gonna use the big paper clips, and all I have in the little ones are these coated ones. But we're going to go with the white. You can use whatever colors you want. I'm going to be having all my white ones gone. Yesterday, I knocked this on the floor. I was not happy. You guys can imagine. Okay, so on the outside, we want the longer part. Okay, the smaller part on the inside. Just like this, okay? And we're going to use our Fabri-Tac, and you're going to glue this whole thing. You're going to glue around your paper clip and all the way down. And be generous because you want it to stay stuck. Okay, now we're going to have our eyelet at the bottom. So the paper clip at the top. And just get it fixed on there. Oh, you know what? I made these too long. Let's cut this end. I forgot about the... Okay. Scoot that around. Get it lined up to where you want it to be and just squeeze. And you're probably going to have glue come out the sides, but that's okay. We just really want it to be glued down. Just like that. See? So let's cut the ends off of these two, because I forgot about the eyelets. And you know, you can make these as big as you want, as long as they're big enough for these. Okay? Because on these, I did those right. I made those shorter. But you could actually make it just right up to here if you wanted to. They don't have to be this long. So that part's up to you, however you want to do it. I prefer them to be a little bit longer. It makes them a little sturdier if this stuff is down further on your tag. Okay. And you got to remember too, with this Fabri-Tac, it's going to move around, so just be careful when you're squeezing it, you're not moving it off of the little tag. You can really tell when you get a good seal when you see this in the back side, you see the paper clip. And that way you know that it's getting a good seal on there. Okay, last one. They're not hard to make, pretty simple, and you could probably mass make these okay, as long as you have like your materials all set up and just do several of them at a time. And have yourself prepared beforehand. Because, you know, it hasn't really taken that long to make these. When you're not having to explain stuff, it goes faster. So, but when you're doing a tutorial, then it's going to take a little bit longer. I got too much glue on this one. It's really coming out the edges. Oop, it's still moving too. I'm trying not to get it on the front of it. Okay. And there's that. And then you just add like your little clips here. You don't even have to do that. I wanted to do the ball chains, but I only have the silver in those little ball chains. You guys know what I'm talking about? These. Because they do fit in there pretty good, and it's less bulky. And I don't like the idea of the silver with the gold, because I only have these in gold and these in silver. I guess I could invest, right? If you have a charm that could fit on there, or you could just leave it like that and you could hang something else, you know. So you could do the ball chains, you can do the bulb pins, like this on there. You can actually just, you know, do whatever you want. If you do use the bulb pins, then you can do the charms. If your charms have a big enough hole in them, then you could put them right on the bulb chain, or the ball chain. But yeah, And they're easy to do. I mean, it didn't take us that long to do these 3. Less time if I didn't have to explain everything, right? So there you go. There's some cute little tags to just hang on bigger tags or on journal cards. And depending on how you're going to use them, if you want to put it on like a tag, then you would just do everything opposite. So you would want it to be right, upside right this way. Put your eyelet at the top, and then you could just hang it from a tag or something. So, I mean, you can do them all different ways, and if you hang them from a tag, then you don't need the paper clips. There's just so many different things that you can do with these. So I thought I would just do a little video on them and get you guys, maybe inspire you guys to make some of your own, because they are really fun to do, really easy to do, and you don't need a whole lot of supplies to carry it out. So there you go, you guys. That's all I wanted to show you today. I thank you so much for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.